What's up YouTube, we're back. So this time we are going to start painting the front fins, and I have a new wet palette that I'm going to be working with as well. It'll help keep things together a bit better. So just like before, start with priming the little bit that didn't get fully primed, and then we can move into our actual painting, which these ones here have some nice raised edges in the dark area, so I might actually go back to trying to do some highlighting with the other greens that weren't coming out as good. I think if I go to do just a layering covered by a glaze, that I'll get kind of the effect I was trying to do earlier, and it'll look better on that than it did in the other areas. So let's go ahead and get set up and get started. Okay, we're back. So I'm going to use this pale green that I've been doing. I'm just going to start with this much and add as needed. And just like all the times before, I'm just going to come in here and paint it in and get it everywhere. And we're going to cover this completely and thoroughly. We want nice, clean colors across the entirety of the model. Yeah, y'all see how we're doing it. So just like how we did with the rear flippers, we're going to do this, and it'll take multiple layers to get nice coverage. And with how long it's been taking the paint to dry, that's where we're going to go back to working both at the same time. So that's it. I'll be back when I got this. Okay, I'm back. So once again, we're going to use the black green. And we are going to dry brush our raised edges. And just to kind of test out how this works, we're going to put it on the wet palette. I've already used up what I put on the brush. So as y'all can see, it adds a lot of detail really quick when you do the dry brushing over this. And it's just because of nature of what these raised edges are and how they're molded. So I got a lot of dry brushing to do, so I'll do that and then I'll be back. What's up, I'm back. So for the most part I'm done with the dry brushing. This one's good to go. So we are going to take our forest green here and we are going to layer in around the edges. Actually, let's use this one. Do not feel like I got that shaken up enough because this is looking way more blue than it should. So we're going to completely paint these over the edges. Of these super raised pieces, and then we'll come in with the glaze of the black green to blend it all together. So I'll be back. So I'm back, we've got our detail, and we're taking the black green, and we're just going to draw this up here using the glaze. And this should leave a very popped effect behind where it's over that lighter colored paint. Let's just touch up some areas where it isn't as solid as I'd like it to be. And we are going to have to kind of go in and kind of just fill in some areas where it did drip down to where our pale green is supposed to be. So just remember when you're doing your touch-up work to be very, very careful. Let's do some touch-up on this side too. But y'all kind of see how this is working. So I'm going to do this for both of them and then I'll be back for the next step. Okay, we're back. So I've got the bone shadow here and we're going to start working on these claws. And we're going to do the claws here the same way we did them in the previous parts. So just start with bone shadow, build up to the aged bone, then the yellowed bone, and finish off with our polished bone. You're just going to be very careful when applying this. And get it nice, clean, even layer. As you can see, we've got those right there, and then also this nice big one right here. And we'll do the same thing on the other one. So I'll go ahead and get our first layer down, and I'll be back with the next part. Okay, we're ready for the next step. So we got the aged bone here. And let's put some of this up here. Excuse me. Goodness. And we are just going to paint it on, and we're going to leave a little bit of the previous color behind. We don't need to be uniform with this. Looks more natural if we're not. We just want to have it down there at the edge of the claw. And we're just going to keep going like that, getting nice even coats on all the surfaces. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be back with the next step. So like before, we are going to continue up with our yellowed bone, and this is going to go and be like our main color. So seem to have a little bit of a clog. I should deal with that. There we go. So we're just going to carefully apply this. We want a full coat. We want this to apply as cleanly as possible. If it takes multiple layers to get the desired effect, just do more layers. Nothing wrong with that. Just don't let your layers go on too thick. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then we'll be back. So I've already put it down, but we're going to finish up with the polished bone. And we just want this on the tips. On this claw here though, we're going to do a nice little line of it. Actually, let's do that on this claw as well. That's that claw. And now for this one. So when you're painting these details like this, you want to keep really good control over the miniature and the brush. So one thing that a lot of people like to do is hold it really close to yourself, let you cup it in, and keep yourself from really shaking. Okay, that's that one. So we'll let that dry, and then we can go ahead and seal these pieces up, and then we will glue them to the overall miniature, and that will be the majority of the body complete. Be right back. So we've now got all of our fins attached. Our tail, our shell is together. As you can see, it's looking quite nice. The green against the blue is looking very stunning. And the more pieces we add, the more the green in the shell begins to pop. So like this is turning out very, very nicely. I'm loving the way this is progressing. So next piece will be the head. You can kind of see how much larger that's going to make the mini. So this will be our next video. This will be part 6. And then part 7 we'll address the base here. There's a lot of work and a lot of detail in here and a lot of very changing colors. So I'm going to have to kind of do a little bit of research before I go to tackle this. And then with that, our actual paint job will be complete. We're going to finish it up with an 8th part where we will show off the full finished model attached to the base, as well as discuss all the paints that are used in this whole paint job, and that way you can see a finished list. Peace out, YouTube.